Rain or shine, it's here to make you laugh. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. And now your host, Kyle Ruff.
All right, well, welcome to the Steamboat Comedy Podcast, everybody. Hello. Coming through with the magic of video. Whoa. We got amazing technology here. Don't be rude. Children fucking listen to this, okay?
They can squeeze Spencer's head.
Oh,
I crush your head. I know you're on the wrong side. The camera's on
I
the
can't
other
do
side.
it. Fuck. Oh, I can do it on this side.
There you go.
Up, crush, Miles' head.
And that's the manganese head crush, Miles Sanchez. Say hello.
Saw dudes and dudettes.
Aw. And the dude to his right, looking so alive and well, Spencer Powell.
Yep.
You got to talk to the microphone, bud.
Okay.
I really like how your pop filter is set up there. It's like a disc balancing on the edge of a, I don't know, some kind of like angled.
Looks like some Greek art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very,
Like a
very
Olympian.
Olympian.
I don't fucking know.
very 8th century architecture.
I feel like there's one very specific statue that you guys are referring to, but none of us know the name of it.
It's called the
Exactly.
dude with the
Educated.
disc.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, dude, fuck you, man. I went to college 3 times, all right? 3 different colleges.
And you got your bachelor's, your master's, and your doctorate?
No.
Barely associate.
Hey.
Well, I did it all together. It really adds up for like a 2-year degree.
Hey, that's something.
It's not even that.
Barely associates. Perfect. Like I said.
Exactly what Kendra said, but in
Right.
different words.
But she did it all smart like.
Oh, yeah, with her real degrees.
Speaking of degrees, Kendra, to my left. Say hello, Kendra Ruth.
What's up?
That's all you got.
Mad enthusiasm.
Stop.
What's up, y'all? Been a while. I think it's been a really fucking long time. If I was to calculate that, how long
Yeah.
I've
One
not been on
metric.
a podcast.
Yeah, you and Spencer, both of you. Welcome back.
The old Pencer.
Well, during the quarantine days, it was just me
Whack-ass
and
Pencer.
whack-ass Spencer. That's what WAP stands for. Everyone knows it. Whack-ass Spencer just walking down the street.
He stands there with his hair. That's a whack-ass Pencer.
Got a shirt, gonna squirt. That's a whack-ass Pencer.
Yep.
Miles, we get.
Something about driving a Toyota Camry and lighting up a cigarette. Like something
That's a
about-
whack-ass
That's
Pencer.
Yep.
Driving a Camry,
Uh.
got him a camel. Talking about smoke. That's a whack-ass panther.
The reason we're talking about the whack-ass Pencer is because topic of discussion tonight immediately has been WAP by
WAP.
Cardi B.
WAP.
WAP.
Yeah,
WAP.
we're not talking about Italians. It's not WAP.
Yeah, it's WAP. W-A-P.
Pretty sure it's WAP, but
Use your letters when you sound it out.
okay, it's WAP.
I think phonetically it should be WAP.
It is WAP. And by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. We watched the music video together.
Megan Thee Stallion.
The Stallion.
2 E's.
2 boss-ass bitches talking about their wet-ass pussies in a great 2020 song. If we couldn't expect anything else out of this year, it's a song about wet-ass pussies.
Wet-ass
I
pussies.
love the feminism, personally. You know?
There you go.
Yeah. What did you think about it, Kyle?
I thought it was quite interesting. I liked all of the large cats. Those are pretty neat.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there was tons of
A lot of tigers.
tons of exotic cats in there. That I'm pretty sure the Tiger King was just like, they got those from me. My cats are in the wet ass pussy video. I love it. Gay
Joe
rights
Exotic
matter.
is like, I sponsored this video. It's all my fucking tigers.
Yeah, all of my exotic pussies.
When
they're all in
we
there.
when we eventually make a remix of it, you should just be Joe Exotic.
Oh, that would be it. Wet-ass pussies. It's just him hosing down tigers.
Oh,
That's what I was like. I thought about
nailed
that.
it!
This is my fucking wet-ass pussies.
I thought about that when I was watching the video.
Yeah,
I was
who's
like,
a
these are some dry ass pussies that are in here right now.
Cats
These-
don't like water.
I know, but
It turns out,
apparently,
yeah, they don't have webbed paws.
well,
They don't
Yeah,
like it.
I think hosing down a tiger in any situation is Like,
Bad news.
yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think it's worth it.
Well,
for
why
the
weren't
art,
they
you
emerging
know?
from
10
like a
out
big
of
pool,
10 would
you
not
know?
Like,
recommend.
if the tiger was on fire, like, okay. But if you're just
Like if it was
trying
Shere Khan at the end of the Jungle Book.
yeah, if
Yes.
it's just a visual metaphor, not worth it. Not worth the metaphor. Don't
Not
host-
even like a
don't host
tiger
that.
emerging from like a pool.
No.
Like,
Yeah, well, again,
That tiger would be
that
so
means
pissed.
you have to throw the tiger into the pool.
It
and
would
again,
be fucking
not worth it.
pissed.
Like,
Not worth it.
yeah, such a sloppy metaphor. Like,
I don't think you
for-
could throw it. You'd have to find some way to like trick it.
yeah.
Like
You know what I
here,
mean? Like a trapdoor situation. Like, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. And it's like, I'm going to kill you. And then it falls through a trapdoor.
Yeah.
I feel
Catnip.
like you underestimate the ability of like
Of a
Joe
Spencer to pick
Exotic.
up
a big
No.
cat's ability to just actually want to like play in the water themselves. Like, I feel like if
You know, now that I see it, or now that I think about it, I have seen aquatic tigers before. I believe.
yeah,
Exactly,
big
like-
cats like to cool off in the water.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
So
they're
if you
big,
get
hairy
a
boys.
yeah, if you get one of them little, you know, let them play a little bit, then you
So
put them in your pool. Yeah.
let's just be clear, like house cats, so little pussies don't like to be wet, but
Yeah.
big
Big,
wet pussies.
wet. And not
because
just,
they're pussies.
yeah. And you can't just have wet pussies. They have to be wet ass pussies.
Yeah,
Yeah, like sopping wet. Like
Yes, that's the
like
other kind of-
macaroni in the pot.
like
Like,
so graphic.
Yeah. So-
I couldn't tell my mom what that meant.
Yeah,
was-
sorry. Yeah,
that was a
and
rough
your advice
one.
was like, yeah, Urban Dictionary that.
I was
Don't
like,
tell me
Mom,
about
have
it.
a really fun time on your edible and on Urban Dictionary tonight to find out what macaroni in the pot from WAP means. She's like, yeah, that sounds
She's
great,
like, I love
honey.
Easy Mac. This is gonna be great.
Yeah,
Ooh, easy
yeah.
Mac.
Yeah. I'd just like to apologize to anybody that's trying to do anything constructive while listening to this podcast. Like, if you're at work and you're just trying to get through your side work, like
You're
this is
looking
probably
around like, what the fuck?
yeah, this is this is probably hell for you right now.
And probably, you know, just like, man, it probably would be hard to hose down a tiger.
yeah, yeah.
Would it attack
Going
me?
to an existential crisis. Just
Just like,
Yeah.
Do I need a power washer to wash a tiger, or should it just be like a small trickle? You know, like just out of
water
the garden
gun,
hose?
perhaps.
honestly, if I had to hose down a tiger, I'd probably want like a fire hose, just because it would blow the
That would
tiger away
hurt
from
so
me.
bad for the
yeah, well,
pussy.
I don't want it. Hey, well,
That poor pussy.
Yeah.
if I learn anything from the song WAP, is that you gotta quote beat the pussy up.
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
was a phrasing
So,
in there.
It wasn't.
Well, she also
No.
said that you should like go so
that's
hard
another
in it.
song.
you
No,
draw
that's
a
the Yin
charge,
Yang
which
Twins,
is-
Yeah.
and
It's like a
Oh.
turtle.
Wait, the Whisper song.
The other team gets the ball.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on that basketball metaphor that she threw in there.
She,
She's
she,
like,
she says, "Hit it hard, get a charge." Right?
yeah, like draw a charge, and it's like that's actually bad advice because you draw a charge. It's a
Wait, are
turnover.
you getting a charge or drawing a charge?
She's
'Cause-
just
No.
saying like get in there and fuck it up.
Yeah,
like,
no, I get it, but like if you're drawing a charge, that means that someone's hitting you.
I
Does that
act-
mean
I
she's
think
like on
That's
top?
actually
power
what I.
humping?
Well,
That's
that's
actually
the
what I heard too.
It
is
says beat it up, N-word, catch a charge.
catch a
Catch
charge.
the N-word.
Catch a
Okay.
charge
Ex-
means something different in the
extra
hood
lar-
community. That means as actually like if you catch a charge in the
Oh.
community, that means you go into jail.
Oh, is that it? Like getting
Yes.
assault charge?
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Oh.
beat it up.
Because you're
I thought
beating
it
it
was
up.
so
Catch
hard.
a charge.
Extra
You
large.
become a sexual predator.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wants you to
That
fuck
is one
that
way to
pussy
catch a
so
charge.
Your
hard
name
that
gets
if you
put-
were like beating a person up, it would be
Yeah.
so bad that like
Ah,
They
see,
wouldn't-
I
they
thought it was a
wouldn't-
basketball analogy. Anyways, moving on. So, what do we want to talk about today?
We can talk about second place and what that means to people who enter contests and don't get second place.
Yeah, like when me when I got first out of two between us two.
Or you when you didn't even place in a comic contest. That's so
That's-
funny. That's so funny to me.
Hey.
And I'm just going to be a petty bitch right now.
Just say, at least we both entered the trivia. You could have entered the comedy contest.
Eh. I
That's
need
all
to
right.
beat you like that, you know.
It really embarrassed me. No, I did. I entered a.
No, I'm just joking, Kyle. I'm sure you did a great job, better than all those.
Oh, did you not? No, you didn't watch it, did you?
I didn't watch it yet, but I know your material and I liked it and I think it's fucking funny and it's really interesting how you got to know your crowd And I think that's a good topic for discussion, especially since a couple of or just me are moving back into their first show in like 6 months.
Right, get back on the horse.
Getting back on the old horse here.
Yeah, it was an interesting experience. It was our buddy Scott Curtis. Shout out to Scott Curtis from Behind the Bits podcast.
Sup?
He did an episode of our show. Me and him had a little cross interview. He's an awesome dude. Then so he had a little online contest, which was cool. And one thing I didn't realize going in was it was going to be judged by all the other comics participating. So when I was done, like basically we went one at a time, right? And when someone was done, everyone else who was waiting to go or had already went judged him. It was like a 1 to 5 quality of material, 1 to 5 execution, and then 1 to 5 overall performance. I think.
So what was your overall score?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh,
I didn't actually see
you
it.
don't.
They just
Not
announced.
everyone doesn't need to like hold up a card or something.
No,
or?
it was like online forums. So like there was like a chat, like we were in like a almost like a Zoom meeting type thing, and
Okay.
one person would go, and then he'd send out a form on like the chat. You'd
Oh.
fill it out while he was like kind of. They do like a 2-minute interview with the person after their
The
set.
world is weird.
Yeah.
Like that's all I have to say about that. Is like the world is weird, and like I feel like comedy is such a like we've come to a place where comedy and like concerts are all online now, but it's like there's such a weird separation, which I thought you tried to address in your
Right. I mean, that's why I really thought it would kill. So this is basically what happened is I thought my set went really well, but in the middle, I did a bit, which I had done before. You could see it. It's on steamboatcoming.com and the one show we did at the Chief where I was kind of like going over like what Steamboat's about, and I was like explaining Steamboat to people who don't know. Oh, you like that? There you go. She's got that's like a reverse mullet right now. It says my mullet spot, and you got it right in the back. Looking great. It's your Goldilocks weave.
for the people watching at home.
Gotta have YouTube for that action, baby.
Anyways,
So I did a bit. I just took one small part out of that bit. There was a bunch of things about Steamboat. And the point of the bit was that it was about this bear that was running around town last summer, which it was like a real thing. This bear was
Like,
fucking huge.
over every article, huge fucking bear.
it was
we
in our
all
backyard.
Knew the bear.
I
'Cause
saw it
lived
3
with-
or
I
4
was still.
Yeah, you were right down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw that bear like 3 or 4 fucking times. It's huge, and it was running all around. Like you go out for a drink on like a Thursday night, and you'd like look by, and this giant shadow would run by. You'd be like, "Oh my fucking god, this bear!" Which it's just it's a black bear in this town. All it does is eat garbage and run around. It's not actually going to attack you, but it's still kind of freaky because it was quite large.
Yeah.
But the point is, the joke is about how the only criminal in town is this bear. And another running joke in Steamboat is that it's a very white town. It's all white people. And so I made a bit that it's like, it's a shame that this black bear is the only criminal because it's making like the only black guys here look bad because like the only criminal in town is a black bear.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Pretty low hanging fruit.
Did you incorporate the part where about like
The polar bear?
Yeah.
So the polar bear got some chuckles. So because the part after that is like to go into the Black Lives Matter thing is like I say because they really did. It was actually Spencer who messaged me the day after I did that bit. The cops he sent me an article. The cops shot the bear. And it was like the joke is would they have handled it differently if it was a polar bear?
Yeah.
Because polar bears are white.
Yeah.
and
Right.
endangered?
And endangered. That is true. But I did that for the comedy competition, and obviously I did that joke last time I did it was a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Black Lives Matter was a thing, but obviously, flash forward to 2020.
Wasn't quite the highlight political climate
right.
at the time.
Right now, things, especially on the old like race and police shootings issue, are quite spicy, you might say. And let's just say I
Not
threw it out
laughing
there.
that, I just
And I threw it out there, and all the other comics did not like it. And they expressed that through their dead silence, which I almost wanted to stop and be like, you guys, like, it's a joke about how racism is bad. Like, it's okay to laugh.
So, like, yeah.
Come on,
yeah.
guys.
I get that.
Right.
And, like, I feel like also is a very Steamboat joke.
Right.
So
And there was most of these comics in the competition were from Denver.
Yeah.
A lot of them were, but they were actually from all over. There were some people in New York and all over the place.
Well, I feel like it's just we've all have kind of like after you had this, we've all kind of hit a spot where we're like, okay, know your crowd when
Right.
you're doing your performances. So that's what makes me a little nervous about this like Saturday coming up, because I like obviously I was there at the last one, like just watching and helping out, whatever. But man, I don't know what the crowd's going to be like on a 7 o'clock on Saturday at the Botanic Gardens.
I mean, last time
Labor Day weekend.
and for those who haven't seen it, you can see the full performance of Comedy in the Park 1 at steamboatcomedy.com. I assume we'll record this one too and put it up because why not? But the last time there was actually a decent amount of tourists there. Tourists, which we'll see. It hasn't. Last time it was actually full by Thursday, and this time it's Thursday tomorrow, and we're about half full. But a lot of people wait till the last second to sign up, so we'll see how it goes. But it's still going to be like 30, 40. It's more
Look
than
on
you
your
get.
face is all over the internet if someone goes on YouTube. Look at it. Look at it.
That's Kendra's beautiful face. Look into the
Just
camera.
have it.
Look at it.
You're going to have about 35 people as of now. It could be up to 63 watching you.
Yeah. And if
No
worst
pressure.
case scenario, just
And like doing like 2 new bits that I haven't even done at a fucking open mic yet.
Well, that's why we're going to practice them some more.
yeah. Okay. Give it 5.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Um,
You got me. I really want to now try just because your black bear joke, in my opinion, isn't even really all that racy to me. You know what I mean?
No, it's more just kind of an analogy to like.
It's an
yeah, I
the
know, but
whole
like that
police
makes me
thing.
wonder about like the jokes, the African American jokes I told.
Oh, you can't tell those, bud. I mean, you can tell them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking, I was like, oh my god, like you got shit for that. Like if I ever did that one, like
If you did that in this competition, it would not go over well.
I kind of want to now.
Well, see, yeah, that's kind of the thing.
That's
too.
kind of thing. I'm like, I kind of like
Eat it.
eat it. His joke was golden. Like
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a weird climate, and if it wasn't judged by other comedians, I think it would have gone a lot better. Because your average comedian is a
gonna
little
be
bit
harsher than your average critic. You think?
Yeah, in the year 2020, it's kind of strange. I've heard a lot of other, like I listen to a lot of comedians talk about a lot of stuff, but I listen to like Legion of Skanks,
Yeah, I love
and they
Legion
do
of
some.
Skanks.
They
They're
talk about
gnarly.
some fucking gnarly, wild shit,
gnarly.
and you see some of the stuff that other comedians say about them.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're all right and shit. And it's like, well, I know that's not true because I listen to these guys all the time. And it's weird that in this climate right now, it seems like comedians are a little bit more harsh on other comedians.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like the thing like, oh, I would never say that, so no one else could ever fucking say that.
Right.
You know? And I think
Yeah.
in the past, like especially, I don't know, just growing up and just like watching different comedians, I feel like the climate was like very different, and like you could talk about more serious issues, and like that's kind of a comedian's job in a way, is to like
Sure. Like George Cullen.
yeah, perfect fucking example is being able to talk about serious issues and like make light of them, because that's just like philosophically the way the fucking world works. Like in philosophy, I was a philosophy major in college, and I took a philosophy of art class, and my teacher would make really like offbeat jokes. Like my professor, like he was like not like, a lot of people would get offended by what he said, and one day he was just like, you guys, if you can't laugh about something that you take seriously, like you're taking life way too fucking seriously. And like I make jokes about things that I care about. I don't know. That was just like, and that like impacted me like pretty.
Do you know what dark humor and food in
Yeah.
Africa have in common?
Oh boy.
Not everybody gets it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, well done.
But exactly on that, that impacted me a lot, and I think about that all the time. I'm like, you know what? Like, you need to be able to laugh about the things that you take really seriously, or else you're just like philosophically living life horribly wrong.
I agree.
And not that these things, like, I laugh about fucking everything. and I'm like very invested in social issues. You
Sure.
know what I mean? Like I'm the first person who will laugh at like literally any joke because things are fucking funny.
Well, it's all about
And they're
context.
a joke, and that's what
Yeah.
Exactly.
that's the reason
Well, even
Yeah.
saying
normal
it.
everyday things, like the first thing I really do actually when I start getting in the weeds at work is I really just kind of start laughing because there's
Yeah.
really at a certain point
You're
you're
just
like,
fucked.
Right.
all right, like
Let's
this is
do
where this is
it.
going.
You might as well.
I might as well just be like, the ticket machine's just gonna be my music for the rest of the night. Like,
Yeah.
and I just need to accept that.
And
I mean, at the same time, though, like we do have to be mindful about the kind of worldview that we're promoting because, like, even though we it's easy for us to say like, oh, it's just a joke, it's just a joke, but at the same time, we're making specific claims about the nature of reality, and sometimes those claims are incorrect or they're distorted or they're very mean-spirited.
I do agree with that.
And
Sure, I mean, it can't
you know,
be, it's about context.
you know,
like you
and
said.
it's tempting for us to say like, oh, there's nothing wrong with our jokes. It's just you know when people have a problem with it, the problem is with them. But when it's more than one person, when it's a common thing, that a recurring thing, because you know we have a duty as entertainers. Our duty is the audience. It is the crowd. You know, if we go up there and say a bunch of dumb jokes that aren't funny and they don't laugh, they're not the problem. Like we're the problem.
I agree that
So
are
if we're-
crude rather than
Well, I mean,
Well,
there's
just-
there's a
you know
line.
what I mean.
Well, yeah, just not mean spirited, because you know there are jokes that are made with the intent to, disparage and create, spiritual harm upon individuals, and so there's a line, and it's important that we talk about these things rather than just cancel people. It's important that we be mindful of why the criticism is being lobbed, and why
Sure.
people feel these ugly feelings upon hearing these jokes, because a lot of it is just knee jerk. It's
A
not
lot of
really
it
so
is
much a
knee-jerk.
mental
Sure.
thing. It's
And I think that's kind of like my thing is I basically the joke has the word black guy and criminal in the same sentence, and that was just enough. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Have
it
you-
wasn't thought out exactly
Have
what
you
I
ever
was
thought
getting
about
at.
if you rephrase that to
Yeah,
more
no-
likable terms?
Yeah, well, I
that
actually
it would have gone over better. Like
Yeah, of course. I mean, absolutely. I don't want to give up on that bit because I think it's a funny premise. And I today I kind of got hit with a little inspiration. I started like rewriting it because I wanted to because the emphasis is more on like there's no black people in Steamboat. It's a white ass town, and also that the concept behind that beginning part is that like someone's getting blamed because someone who looks the same color as them did something, which
Yeah.
is like, why racism is bad.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
literally.
Like, a black guy stole my bike doesn't mean all black guys are bad. Like, that's literally why racism is bad. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Judging a book by its cover, so to
Yes.
speak. So that was more the gist that I was trying to get at. But if the knee jerk is you hear that, you're like, ooh, that sounds a little rough. You know, and I get it. You know,
a little rough.
hey, I am a little rough.
Hey.
I
You
don't
are
know.
a little rough.
Hey,
You are a little rough.
so yeah, you want to say it too now? Everybody just say it.
Little
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
He's a little rough.
But
But-
go
But
ahead.
no, I was gonna say, but I mean, obviously to Spencer's point, like, there's some people I've heard, and I'm not talking about Andre. This is what it sounds like I'm talking about, but to just get up and just say shit that's like fucking brutal, just to be like, whoa, look what I did. It's like
I kind of
that's
look at
I don't really.
That's not
respect that.
comedy.
that's
Right,
what's the word?
exactly.
That's the
That's
phrase I'm looking
not-
for is
Like a shock jock.
shock value is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah. You just it's really easy to just say the most absurd thing you can think of. I could probably just go up on stage and be like fart knuckle and like walk off. I'll
Yeah.
walk off and someone's gonna be like,
Well, I think one of
Like one person.
One
Yeah.
I
person.
think one of the more like shock value things I have is the carpets match to drapes, and in this case, the
Yeah,
carpets are
and then-
dumbass cousin fuckers, and the drapes are your shitty watered down beer. You know what I mean? That has shock value to
Little
it,
bit.
and it's definitely like a stereotype, but
But no one feels bad
If-
for cousin fuckers.
exactly. But that's exactly like kind of like the philosophical like aspect of comedy. Where you have to look at like what makes people laugh and like
Right.
what is actually like a good laugh and like what makes us write the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, especially when you're writing comedy, it's like, okay, like, why am I thinking of even saying this? Is it for the shock value? Because I know you're like, because when you see someone react to something, or when you hear them react to something, we think that's good, you know, instead of just getting a blank stare or nothing at all. So as comedian, I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, a lot of my things get reactions, but are they actually like laughs? You know, when somebody's like actually fucking laughing.
Yeah. I actually noticed that about myself. Like, I can think something is like extremely funny, and I'll just have this shaded and green on my face. Like, I won't be laughing, but I'll just be cheesing so hard. But like, it's literally like the most funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, sometimes I don't laugh at something just because it's funny.
I think that's why self-deprecation is such an easy place to start with comedians.
Oh, yeah.
Is because
it's the best.
you can shit on yourself because you're not hurting anyone else. You know what I mean?
Like it's completely like
it's
unrisky
all
territory.
Exactly. Like
Self-deprecation
all
humor
cards
is pretty
out.
much how I started, man.
Totally.
Me too. Yeah.
It was very
Same.
easy segue to move in. I mean, my first joke was talking about how like I bombed going down snowboarding for the first time by myself.
Wearing jeans.
Wearing Carhartt jeans, thinking that they were like the be all and like not just my normal jeans, not just my Wranglers. Like, no, I wore Carhartt jeans because I'm about to do work, son.
Yeah.
Like, no, like, the snow worked me. You know.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
But like, dude, like my first couple of bits were all self-deprecation humor.
Oh,
Like,
same here. That's as Bobby was at the first one that we did. Our shout out to friend of the show, Bobby.
Oh, what
Ryan.
up, Bobby?
We were at get off Facebook. What are you doing, dork? But when we did the show at Brauhaus, the first one, Bobby told me after the show, he was like, dude, like, you reminded me of like Eminem in the rap battle at 8 Mile, where he just starts out and he like goes through all of the things that are like
wrong with him,
and he's like, now what are you gonna say?
I love, dude. That's a great way of putting it.
Fuck
you know?
yeah!
I
think
am
that's
white.
like
I am a fucking bum.
Yeah.
I do live in a trailer with my mom.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's like
friend
philosophically,
is
we're like,
Jello
okay,
Bum.
we can hurt
Fuck
ourselves,
something
but we
weird.
can't
What
hurt
does
anyone
that
else. And then you start to take that outward. And, okay, how can I make this about the outward word so other people could be? I don't know. It's just really interesting to think about.
Yeah, I think every comedian finally evolved. Like, okay, I can stop shitting on myself and start shitting on the world instead. And maybe.
Well, it's hard not to do both, you know. I mean,
dude,
or
it's
to
so
want
hard.
to do both because the
Yeah.
world, especially 2020, we just want to like on everything.
Right.
I'm like, what can I not make a joke? Like everything is a fucking joke right
It's
now.
almost hard to make joke about shit because you like hate
it's
everything.
Well, no,
it's like-
exactly. I'm like, oh, what can
Or
I
the
write
world's
about?
already a joke, and it's like I can't. There's nothing to make fun of anymore. Like I can't.
It's actually just sad.
Yeah, like-
actually, it's really fucking
like
sad.
Donald Trump is low hanging fruit. Like I could make 1,000,010 jokes about him all day long, but the fact of the matter is are they really funny? No, because they're true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's more just like I fucking hate this guy.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
where's the punchline? Oh, what?
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 No.
No, it's just I'm telling you how I
But
feel.
that's kind of also like a thing that like sometimes things are funny to you specifically,
Oh, I know.
and they might not be funny to somebody until you just start like
When
just spouting them out.
until you start literally
Like because
having imaginary dicks rain on you at the Chief Theater in front of 100 people in the middle of the summer. Like things that are funny in front of your friends and not
I feel
funny
so
in
bad
front
about
of
that because we all lost
anyone
our
else.
shit in
Yeah.
the garage.
We
when
definitely
made
were
that
like,
joke.
that's a great idea, Kendra.
I was like,
You
this
should
is
do
the
that on
funniest
stage."
shit ever. I'm
Yeah.
like driving
Dude,
home,
throwing
like
imaginary dicks on stage. It's
I'm like
gonna
driving home
sell.
laughing so fucking hard about it. I'm like,
Like, oh, I'm gonna nail this.
It's so funny. Nothing.
Ooh,
Horrible.
that hit
Horrible.
A little bit rough.
That
yeah.
was horrible.
Yeah.
Like so bad. And so it's just, I don't know. It's just funny to think about. In college, I actually created my own major for myself, the philosophy of comedy.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever knew this. I went through
No.
all this paperwork, all this, and then I was
That's
like,
your major.
I created the major. I
This
got
is
it.
like the movie Accepted, where you can just make up
No,
whatever fucking
no,
major you
Just
want.
watched that movie again the
I
other
was
day. It still
really-
holds up.
Yeah, I believe it.
I was really close with all of my professors, and I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to do theater arts, but I also want to do philosophy. And like, I want to be on Saturday Night Live. Like, this is what I want to fucking do. And like, I want to study what makes people laugh. Like, it was really intriguing to me because I took philosophy of happiness, and that kind of like stuck with me. And so I wrote up all these fucking 10-page whatever things, got it all signed. And I was like, I'm going to do environmental ethics instead because I'm going to save the world.
Save the world.
I'm going to save the world and I'm going to be vegan. And basically, and I'm going to
Same
ride,
thing.
I'm going to sell my car and I'm going to ride my bike and that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I did instead of doing the philosophy of comedy, which is a really fucking cool major that I like created and got signed off.
That would have been awesome.
I know. I bombed because I was going to be taking like theater
You bombed
arts.
before you ever got
I
on
bombed
stage.
before I even got a chance to bomb.
You're pre-bombing.
Pre-bombed.
Dude,
I feel like I have comedy karma for not doing so, for not paving the way.
you could have been paving the way. Philosophy of I could have. You could have got me from Alabama. Like, I'm gonna take that class.
Right?
I'm gonna
bro?
leave Alabama and just start up in college somewhere else. Yeah, but no. it's
I
all
don't know.
good.
I just think it's so interesting to think about and like how through all these decades and generations, like things that are funny kind of change, but like the grounding beneath it all, like we had really silly comedy in the 90s. Like we had fucking Chris Farley in like the late 80s, like Adam, like
We had
all
blazers rolled up. You
yeah,
know, like,
just like super silly, and then like George Carlin, obviously like more intellectual. I don't know.
Yeah, Carlin was there kind of throughout. I feel like he
Throughout,
was such
yeah.
his own, the only guy who popped up that really reminded me of Carlin in that way was Bill Hicks.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually, the first time I saw Bill Hicks, I was just kind of like, yeah, I get it, but this guy's not even making me laugh. It was more just like, oh,
that's kind of
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
which wasn't bad. I'd probably like it more now in
that's
retrospect.
kind of how Lewis Black is. Like I watch his
Except for
comedy.
he's like, you fuck.
Yeah, I laugh more at like him just getting mad, but like his political views, I'm just like, yes,
Mhm.
I agree, I concur, Lewis Black.
Yeah.
That is how I feel. But
I
then when
am
he gets,
pissed.
I'm like, it's just like my dad when he gets really, really upset. I'm just like, calm down. Like it's not that. I mean, it's serious, but like let's
Right.
dial it back. You know.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's I mean, I've tried to do political jokes a couple times.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't
It's just not in my bag, baby.
it's in my wheelhouse, but it's not. I don't think that well,
That's what you want to do.
It's something I want to do maybe at some point, but I'd have to find, I think, a different audience because I think in this town,
I don't even think
It's
it's this
not-
town. I think it's just like this like
Era.
climate, this era.
Yeah.
Like
Well, that
it's
too
so
doesn't
black and
help.
white. It's so like
everything is very
it's
binary.
very like it's
Yeah.
super
one
binary.
or the other, which drives
Yeah,
me
like-
nuts.
Me too.
Like all the freaking, you know, the late night, you know, political talk shows, they get like pretty much they just making fun of the policies that are already in place, you know what I mean? Like but they automatically get like viewed at as like super left, you know what I mean? Like just because they just don't agree. Like I feel
Yeah.
like, you know,
Well, there isn't really there isn't really a right-wing voice on any kind of TV, so I feel like the right-wing people are like, well, no one talks about what I want to talk about, and then they feel more like angry and repressed.
Absolutely.
And it's one of these things where it's that like
well, when
that
you look
echo
at that,
chamber
like
effect.
who does the right wing have for like political?
They got Tim Allen. No, that's why. No, it's kind of funny. You notice you go into like your home screen on your internet browser, and it'll be like 10 shows that won't be coming back next year that are getting canceled, and they always have a picture of Tim Allen on there.
Yeah.
Like it's clickbait because they know that that's something a lot of people fear. is
It's
that
because
they're
it
gonna
happened one time
It
already.
yeah,
Yeah,
then
it
Fox
did.
picked
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
Like
He got canceled, and it would seem to be
Wait,
basically
like Tim Allen, like Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So,
like
uh,
Home Improvement?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he has a new show. I don't know this, and it's actually been around for a while.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
gets very like
It's the exact same show of Home Improvement, except for he has 3 daughters, and he has a show about like hunting and fishing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
It's
he
like the
runs
exact
he runs like
same
a
thing.
like a Bass Pro Shop instead of a you know,
Tim
a Home Improvement
Allen?
show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is a Republican?
I mean, he makes
He
some
always has
very
been.
like because that's the whole thing. The premise of the show is like he has like a vlog. And he'll just like go off and be like, and all these kids don't know how to hunt or fish or survive on their own, like you know.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, but he's also doing it in a very like right wing kind of like way about it. I don't know.
I always
It's
get
not a
angry
bad
with
show,
that.
honestly. Like it's
I believe it.
I always get angry with, again, talking about like specific claims about, the nature of our world is, in my experience, I've found that liberals are every bit as likely to go fishing and camping and be in the outdoors as conservatives. It's just
Yeah.
conservatives have seized upon that identity much more aggressively.
Well, they hunt more. I don't know if they camp or fish more, but they hunt.
Yeah, they
obviously,
probably,
way
I would
more.
say that they hunt more, just because, they're more likely to own guns. But yeah, for the most part, the outdoorsy thing, the being resourceful thing, like, I mean, I don't know how many liberals I have that have their own garden in their backyard.
That's like the most green anarchist thing you can do is like hunt and live off the land, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's like my favorite
Do
political.
you know who Thomas Massey is?
No.
He's
Maybe, probably.
He's a senator, and he lives completely off the grid.
That's my shit.
His whole house is powered by a Tesla battery that
Yeah.
he rewired. It's the
That's
coolest. There's
3
actually a
years.
documentary about him.
Holler at your girl. Come over to my Earthship. I'm gonna be living off the land.
Dude, he's the man.
Not
He's a libertarian, but he is in office as a Republican because you can't get elected as a libertarian.
I know
That
it's so.
sucks so much, dude.
That's why Ron Paul ran as Republican. He's like, all the laws are against me if I run third party.
Hey,
Yeah.
no, Jesse the Bobby
I'm Ron
Ventura
Paul. You
won
have-
election.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
He was an independent, wasn't he, when he ran?
He was libertarian.
Was he? I thought he was
He
independent.
might have been independent.
He definitely wasn't. He was third party or whatever party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesse
There
the
should
Body
honest-
Ventura,
Well, then he
dude.
became Jesse the Mind Ventura.
Ooh.
Ooh.
He evolved. He transcended.
The
And then
mind.
he said 9/11 was an inside job, and they're like,
Oh,
all right,
God.
Jesse the Body.
Well, I think he might still have. He had a TV show called Conspiracy Theories.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't know if I should tell this story
Tell it.
because I
Do it.
have an old friend that was it's kind of messed up, but so I had an old friend in Georgia.
Miles
Who-
peeing.
Miles gonna pee. Wet ass penis.
Yeah.
Wet ass pee-pee. Walking down the street.
Pee.
7 days a
So,
week.
Anyways.
see, I had a friend named Amy Copeland there in Georgia, and like I haven't talked to her since I left Georgia, whatever. But I'm watching this show, and they're talking about a girl in Georgia who fell off a zip line, and when she fell, she busted her leg open and got a flesh-eating virus.
Sounds gross.
Ew, that
Yeah.
sucks.
That's fucking
and it was-
disgusting.
That's not good.
No, well, it was near the CDC, so the conspiracy was that this disease was released by the CDC.
Oh.
But it made me so angry because I knew this girl. She lost both her legs, one of her arms.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
How
No.
old was she?
I think at that time she was probably 25.
Now I have new nightmares.
24,
New nightmares.
25.
New nightmares. New nightmares.
I knew a guy who just got bit by a spider and lost half of his ass.
Brown
Oh, yeah.
recluse.
Yeah.
Might have been.
Probably because it
Yeah.
does bad things.
Yeah.
My aunt almost lost her leg. Anyways, that's disgusting
No, but I mean,
and sad.
but it was just frustrating because like
Because people were using her to further their agenda.
and I'm just watching it and they're like freaking, however old she was, like Amy Copeland was out on a zoo, and I was like, wait, it can't be the same. It can't. And it was like heartbreak because I hadn't heard from her since. I didn't know that any of this had happened, so it all just hit me at once, and it was just heartbreaking. And in the middle of that, they're like, yeah, see, the government's like da da da. And I'm just
You're like, no, it's a flesh-eating virus, and this poor, don't use this girl for a conspiracy
yeah, and it's not like
theory.
everyone
It's
who
horrible.
walks by the CDC gets a fucking disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not how
Maybe
it works.
if they had-
Everyone would be dead.
Yeah.
yeah, and as if
Or
like,
nubs.
Hey, talk more directly.
yeah, as if like people don't get flesh-eating viruses when they're far away from the CDC.
Right. It's like-
Yeah.
Like that happens
It's-
and nobody bats an eye.
right.
It just happened to be right
wild.
there.
That was a
Right.
quick pee.
Yeah, I'm very efficient.
Nice.
Nice. Well
Sick.
done.
Thanks.
That was no, I can't figure it out. Well,
Well, aim piss.
I was trying to think of some kind of way to say like time or quick using W or A, and it didn't.
Oh, a willfully,
A wistful ass.
wi-
no.
wi-
Whipped up?
winning attitude
Stop.
P.
That's
A
a
winning attitude P.
winning attitude P. There's some
No.
hoes in this house.
There's some hoes in this house. I just can't stop. Thinking about it.
In this house.
There's a
ghost.
I also can't stop thinking about that because it's September, bitches.
With the
Ooh, it's
demonic
almost-
entity.
Do you remember?
I listened to that song as soon as I woke up yesterday.
Nice. Well, we put it on. So we were at trivia last night, and
I was at
the-
trivia last night.
We. That's why I said we.
Just
Spencer
being
was there too. Okay.
I wasn't there.
Miles was not there. But
loser.
3 of the 4 of us were at trivia last night, and the first category for Geeks Who Drink, shout out to Geeks Who Drink, it's about trivia,
Whoop, whoop.
was all about things that happened in the first week of September, like historically. And he puts on a song, and Jared and I looked at each other, and we're like, why is the song September not playing right now? And we had to turn to John and be like, play it.
Oh, that was you guys?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, oh my God, he knows
No,
that I
we
love
knew.
this song.
No, he turned around. John was like, "You're right."
So
I need to make this happen.
I saw Earth, Wind, and Fire years ago,
Really?
and they were basically like you could smell their bone dust as they were playing. They're so fucking old. They're the
They're
They're
oldest.
still good though, right?
They're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They come out in these like huge red velvet,
Dude,
like
they dress so fucking crazy.
oh my fucking God. And I was front row. I was like, they're gonna play my song. My birthday's in September. I'm like I'm on like so much acid. I'm just like, they're gonna play my and then this girl next to me is like, my birthday's in September too. I was
And
like,
he just made out.
and then I was like, yeah, basically. And I was like, do you have a wet ass pussy too? And then she's like, yeah.
She's like, "It's mac and cheese, bitch," and you're like,
I was like, mine's pumpkin spice, bitch.
Wow.
"Wet ass pumpkin spice."
Wet ass pumpkin.
That's a witch ass pumpkin.
That's a
Witch
witch
ass
ass pumpkin.
yeah.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
I've always wanted an orange cat named Pumpkin. And only
I just
talk
think
to
of
it
all
like
those
that.
Southern grandmas, like they're just like,
Pumpkin.
oh, what's up,
You
pumpkin?
pumpkin.
Oh, what's that pumpkin over there?
Again,
But
sorry for
basically-
anybody trying to get work done right
Basically,
Well,
Earth,
if
Wind,
they've
and
gone
Fire.
this far, they I hope have no job.
I hope they're just listening to this in their car.
I
debating
don't
on playing
tell-
WAP by Cardi B.
Don't tell
it.
anyone do it. I wish I was still on unemployment so bad. I hate my life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that gravy train when it pulled into the station, I was like, "This is my ride right here."
Yeah.
I'll see y'all cats later.
That's kind of what I did. I was like, "You telling me I don't have to work?"
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
such
that
a
was
bitch.
that guy.
I'm
I
such
don't,
a stupid bitch.
I don't know if I said this or not, but another guy at the mountain swooped in and like took my job. And it was bullshit because I've been with the company longer, but he was year round for one season longer.
Yeah.
So like he gets priority, even though I was there for like 4 years longer
What a
than he
cunt.
was. And I was like, fuck. And then all the stimulus shit happened, and I was like, dude, I'm making way more money than I would have if I was working. And he like, I would see him at the gym, and he'd be like, I made a mistake. I'm like, yeah, you did, bud.
Yeah.
Dude, but I was so nervous. I was like, since I technically have to accept a job when I'm on unemployment and I've gotten a job offer, like I should go back to work, because then I'll get in trouble.
I'm twabo.
It'll be really bad.
Bad.
I'm just anxious. I'm just an anxious.
I
human
mean, if you
being.
get in trouble, if you are,
I
our
wouldn't
buddy-
have gotten in trouble. I was one of a million people fucking
know.
unemployed. They're not going to single me out. But like at the moment, I'm like,
It is possible that's happened to a person we know. Joe
oh,
Campbell got caught one time working under the table while he was on unemployment, and they made him pay back double the full
Yeah.
claim amount.
Nope.
Yeah,
Okay,
that'll
I'm
It
do
good.
took him like
Mm-mm.
a decade to pay it
Nope,
back.
I'm
Yeah.
good. Nope,
So
I don't like that.
You want to be safe about it. It is one
Uh-huh.
of those things like you can risk it. It's
For
like
the
swimming in
biscuit.
the ocean, but if that shark catches you, then you die.
Yeah.
Very much like swimming in the ocean. It's just I don't have to say anything else. It's like swimming in
Well,
the
how
ocean.
much did he get? Like, was it after he'd been working under the table for like a minute, or like?
It was after he was. So what they do is they take the amount that you've claimed on unemployment and they double it, and that's what you owe them back.
I don't like that.
Which I think he owed him like $8,000.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh fuck.
I'm good on that.
And
I'm
then it was because it was the state.
so grateful for my jobs.
Yay!
Yay.
Wait, jobs? You have another one? You
No,
have 2 jobs?
I started off at Salt and Lime, and then I went over to the Yivik.
Oh right, yeah, you were making bank at
Yivik.
Salt Lime for a minute, weren't you?
They were matching my unemployment,
That's pretty good.
so that's pretty
There's
dope.
no
I was
way-
getting paid like $25 an hour, and tips on top of that is
That's pretty.
pretty
solid.
dope. Oh yeah, it was kind of an offer I couldn't refuse. I was like,
That's kind of what the only reason why I
Sounds
took
dope.
up Mountain Tap, because they offered me the same package, and I was like, $25 an hour to make pizza. Yeah.
yeah.
That's because when the shit first hit the fan, they had this
The
business
bailout.
deal, the
Yeah.
bailout, but it was a certain percentage of what they gave out had to go to employees.
Yep.
So they were just like, "Pfft, take it.
They're like, yeah, well, they
Yeah,
were
they
like,
were
we
actually
have
like,
to
we
use
have
this
to
money.
spend this
Right.
money.
Like, exactly.
Like,
so I was
so,
like,
like-
I'll take it.
Yeah, I was like, what? You're gonna pay me how much money to throw pizza? Like 3 days a week?
Yeah.
I was
Cool.
like, fuck yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Done.
It was an interesting time for
Well,
sure.
it
I
was
was like,
great
It was the
during.
best of
but
times. It was the worst of
looking
times.
back, I should have just stayed on fun employment.
I actually really did enjoy like working with
I
the
didn't.
like Triple P, which is what was called the Paycheck Protection Program,
I didn't.
because I was working 3 days a week, getting paid what I was getting paid at the
That's
mountain.
true. Me too.
Like I was
Yeah.
getting paid what I got paid at the mountain, like to work like 7 days a week
Mhm.
for 3 days.
Yeah,
Like, and was
I
like,
did only
what?
have to work 3 days a
Like,
week at
Yeah,
the beginning.
like dude, it was like enough to where I was like working, feeling like a productive member of society, not like
yeah,
baking bread at home like a douchebag, you know, like I was doing things.
love
I was going to
bread.
work.
Yeah.
And then baking bread on this side.
yeah,
but also my big bread.
Yeah.
yeah. Interesting times.
Interesting times. Well, on that note, it's been a fun conversation. I
It's
enjoyed
been
it.
Interesting conversation.
Interesting
I
conversation.
feel like we've never had a conversation like this.
We
before.
haven't really
We've
had a
gone
very-
from wet ass pussy to politics to
it was
fun
what I was supposed to do,
employment.
the state of comedy into politics and
Yeah.
then fun employment.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're becoming adults now or something.
Ew,
Shut
never.
Put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Sorry, there's some ghost in this house.
There's some adults in this house. Some adults in this house.
Some
Yeah.
adults in this house.
Fuck 'em with
7
some
days a
whack-ass
week.
bills. Uh-huh, yeah.
I saw someone posted on Facebook today, and it was like, your rap name is Lil, and then whatever you paid for last. And someone just like, Lil Bills.
Aw.
I was just like, oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was me. I put Lil Verizon Wireless bill. Yeah,
That wasn't you I saw, but that's funny.
yeah, no, it was
What
Lil
was the
Jon
last
that
thing?
posted
What was
that.
the last thing you paid for, Miles?
Cerveza.
Nice. Last thing I paid for was drinks as well.
Yeah, I'm a little cerveza in this house because it's Mexican beer, not just like
Oh,
regular.
yeah.
You know.
Mine
Cerveza in this casa.
Mine would be Little Negroni.
Oh
Oh,
my
shit, that's
God.
fucking lit.
That's
my
too good.
Little
That's almost-
Negroni in the house.
Where
It's
my
actually
Negronis at?
like borderline, like to where they're gonna be like, we're gonna need you to see your black card
can-
for that.
Can
I-
you say that? Is that?
Actually, can I say that?
Not, I mean, I really don't.
It's
feel
an
like,
Italian.
I feel like it's Italian for little
It's
black.
Negroni, please. I
Go
said it with
away.
Italian hands, so
Go
it's
away.
okay.
Little
All right.
Negroni.
Negroni, please. That's how I order drinks at the bar. Like, what do you
Shut
want? I
up.
say Negroni, please.
Shut up.
That is the last thing I fucking paid for. Little Negroni.
Ah.
All
right,
Kidoki.
What you don't have to pay for is this podcast. Thanks for listening.
Weird
Appreciate it.
times.
Weird times. Strange.
Name of the podcast.
That's the name of the podcast
apparently.
is Strange Times
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. If you get a chance and you listen to this before this Saturday, the what day?
Yeah, it's the
Fifth.
5th. It's actually my niece's birthday.
fifth.
I'm gonna give a shout out to
Oh,
her. Yeah.
shout out to the niece.
Shout out to the niece. She's-
There's some
What's
hoes
your name?
in this
her name is
house. There's some
Caroline
hoes
Grace
in this
Golden.
house.
She just
Ooh.
turned 1.
Wow.
Oh,
Happy
baby.
first birthday. She's a big fan of the show, isn't she?
I'm sure
I'm
she
sure she
is.
listens to every
Yeah.
episode.
I'm sure she
Perfect.
does.
She's going to grow up to be such a delinquent. It's going to
Yeah,
be
it's
horrible.
gonna be
That's
great. I can't wait
enlightening
to,
the
like,
youth.
My sister just gets so mad for the negative imprint I put on her life.
Her first word is going to be WAP.
It's actually WAP.
It's actually WAP.
Look,
Oh, right. Yeah. No, she just hates Italians out of the womb.
Her first word is Lil Negroni.
Lil Negroni. Negroni. All right. On that note, have a good night, everyone. Thanks for
Bye.
listening. But what I was going to say is come see us this Saturday at the Botanic Gardens. There's still space available. Or
Do
just
it.
walk up.
Fucking do it.
Then meet me in the parking lot.
And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot.
Rain or shine, it's here to make you laugh. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast.